my swag talk. I let my swag talk. I let my swag talk. I let my swag talk. Yeah, came from the mud with the snotty nose. Now my bank account is looking like a pot of gold. I let my swag talk. 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 Yeah. Niggas used to laugh at my clothes and shit. Went from the block now. Every day we close legit.
Man, oh man, welcome back. Welcome back to Tweezy Talks, where we get it down. You know, I got my co-host here with me. You know, Mr. Mike, man. Keep it funky and fresh. You already know how we get down on this sports debates and sports talk. We're going to keep it going, keep it rolling. Keep y'all tuned in on what we got. But right now, I want to kind of recap on this past weekend what I witnessed of a tough battle from my hometown, lost to LBJ. Mike, I don't know if you kind of was aware of what happened. Well, I'm gonna kind of catch you up on everything. But man, LBJ, man, they had a tough battle, and I was impressed on how hard they fought. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, if we would have had, they would have stuck with it and kind of fight a little harder and minimize the mistakes they made, man, they could have got it there. But other than that, man, I was impressed, man. So how you feel about that?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I didn't get to see the game. You know, I believe they played close down the Houston area. But I did get to see a lot of the reaction from the people around, you know, town. I'm friends with a lot of people, you know, on social media. And it seems the tune to everybody was like LBJ got cheated. But, you know, I went back and looked at the box score and I was trying to find evidence, you know, something being cheated or something like that. You know how people say, you know, when you lose a game, you cheated. But it was crazy because at halftime, it seemed like LBJ was up by about 3 touchdowns at least or more. So it's like to call somebody out saying they cheated and you up by 3 touchdowns, it kind of is like, where was the cheating part? I mean, it sounds like they totally got outplayed in the second half, and to not score a point.
I agree. I mean, it's
tough.
It's sad to say, but gosh, we get so close
every time.
It's like, God damn it, when we gonna punch through that wall? I thought it was gonna be this year with the squad, cause god dang, they had full of studs out there.
Man.
But what you were saying was, you was right. But what I feel like that was it Lindale they played, Lindale High?
Yes, sir.
What I feel like they did good as the reason why I feel like they won was because they stayed with the same game plan the whole game. Even though that in a few games, you know, LBJ was, you know, they were like, you know, highlight plays. You know,
right.
Big scoring plays, 80-yarder, boom, 60-yarder, boom. You know what I'm saying? And then there was more of a pound. They had a running back from Baylor that was pretty tough. Now, I was impressed. Like, you know, he was doing all right.
A Baylor commit.
He was a Baylor commit. But he was all right. But LBJ, woo! Hey, that Clemson Jefferson guy, I think that was his name. Bruh, he made that dude. He made Buddy fumble like a good 3 or 4 times, bro. Like, I witnessed it, you know, and they was just feeding him, and then eventually he just wore the defense down.
More like
and I feel like, you know, they was up 28-7. I feel like LBJ should have stuck with the same game plan they did in the first half because they was doing good at the the 3 setback, like a heavy 3, was it pistol? You can call it pistol. What you know, you got your running back, you got your 2 wings out there. But besides, what is that formation? I don't know right now, but it ain't clicking right now. But if he would have stayed in that formation, they would have been all right. But I don't know why they switched up and he just kept doing a shotgun, single back, and it just flew. It just messed up the game. Like,
I mean, maybe they try to get a little cute. I'm not sure, but all I know is I read the box score. And when you up 28-7 or anything like that at halftime, it's a foregone conclusion that, you think that team would win the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like that messed up. They had those mistakes on that. They had they just had so many penalties, like dumb penalties, bro. And Some of those players that was out there, I wasn't highly impressed. Like, I don't know, like
maybe it was because they were going up against a good team.
No, I don't
neutralize the talent, kind of sort of thing.
They fought it, but I feel like some other players could have played a little harder.
Well, tip our hat off to LBJ. Like I said, they made it to the Final Four. Can't beat that.
The coaching did. I feel like, man, at the end of the day, they did a great job. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna knock them because I feel like I made it there twice and we fell short. My senior year, I ended up getting hurt. Same situation, making it to semi-state, getting hurt. But I feel like we would have been healthy with the whole squad, me, Nate, Nigel, all of us would have been healthy. We'd probably would have made it there, probably played against Matthew Stafford, but we fell short, and it's just a continuation of falling short at the semi.
It just tells you and shows you how hard it is to make it to that game. I mean, think about the state of Texas. Not only is it one of the biggest states, but you can argue football wise. I mean, it's up there. Texas, Florida, Louisiana, them some of the top producing football talents. So when you make it to the Final Four or anywhere deep in the playoffs like that, I think it's definitely an accomplishment in itself. So putting Austin on the map as far as football, not a lot of teams besides Westlake and Lake Travis. Besides them, it's not too many teams you hear about in the Austin area. So.
Bro, and I want to salute LBJ, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that is probably the mecca of I'll say of Austin schools. Like,
right.
Every place you go, I don't know. I just feel like that's just like Austin LBJ is the school. You know what I'm saying? Because they're more consistent, over the years.
Right.
I didn't think they was as good as football, but all of a sudden they just got good at football. Like, they got the talent.
Athletes.
And when I say about talent, athletes, they got the system. Whatever system they doing there is just great. You know what I'm saying? Like, Connor, we good, and they still got athletes there, but it's not as consistent as that. Pflugerville, same thing. Reagan, Lanier, all these McCallum, all these, Austin area schools have that one hit and then they kind of fall down. I feel like LBJ is the most consistent high school that I can, besides Westlake and Lake Travis. Well, Lake Travis has made a name for itself now.
Right.
I feel like those three schools are the main three Austin schools. But for us, I feel like it's really Austin area LBJ. That's number one.
I agree.
So I was proud of them of holding it down. But God, we got to get over that hump, please. Let's get over that hump. Because I'm a fan now. Back then in high school, we was rivals. But now it's more than it's bigger than that. I want to see them do good. I seen them get young black guys, black, you know what I'm saying? Get educated. Get the young black guys getting educated, getting them scholarships. That's love. I like seeing that. Going with McCutcheon going to Oklahoma. He just signed the other day. Then you got Jefferson going to Clemson, which he was a running back, killing it. But I think he's gonna be playing safety and
athletes.
Yeah, Clemson. So I'm really impressed. I was really proud of that, and I feel it. And I congratulate all those coaches, the whole staff, and the whole community out there, because they got a big support, and I commend them. Good job with that, man.
Good job, LBJ.
Yeah. All right, let's switch topics. Switching gears here. We gonna NBA. NBA starting. Preseason is going on,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Few games. Curry been cooking. The Nets been cooking. The Lakers been cooking. My boy THT, he been balling in LA. Kuz. Everybody been hating on my boy Kuz, man. Y'all chill. Let Kuz do what he do. Stop hating on Kyle Kuzma. He is there to stay, and he's there to win.
You sure?
I'm positive. He's starting this year.
That don't mean he there to stay just because he started this year.
We get another ring.
Everybody know with LeBron, man. Hey.
It is, but I think
you better do your job, or you can be shipped out of there.
It is, but
messing with LeBron.
You're right, but it's with him. It's only you can't find nothing good with him because He's like he got a cheap contract right now.
They winning on that part.
That's right. That's what the issue is, and it's like I'm not gonna get nothing good. You know what I'm saying with this cheap.
Not for that price.
Not for at all. And it's like so when this extension that's coming up, we're gonna try to match it. Whoever come with a deal with him. So if it's a good deal,
it'll be interesting.
But
it'll be interesting.
This is the year that my man Kyle Kuzma.
He better step up this year.
Gonna come through because he's been balling. He had about 20-something. He's been having about 20-something points in the preseason, and and what I like about him is he's not forcing anything. He's letting the game come to him, and I see a baby Bron in him, and I love it, and like how he see the game through the game. And I heard that he said something in an interview, press conference, how he's been getting it. He's been working harder.
Well, he gonna have to show me because I just ain't a big Kuzma fan.
I am, man.
It's looking like they should have kept Ingram, in my opinion. Ingram looking real nice on the Pelicans right now.
That's what Ingram's supposed to be, man.
Just saying, man.
Right. He needs the ball in his hand. That's what we want. Kuz could do the same thing. He can go to any team, any bum team, and average 30 something.
Put Kuzma in the pick and roll like they do Ingram.
Yeah, you can do anything with Kuz. What do you mean? He got baby Bron by him. He can do it all.
I'm talking about without Bron. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, without Bron, he was the leading scorer. What was Brandon Ingram when Kuz was a rookie and balling and the leading scorer on the squad?
We didn't see this year. I just didn't see it. He didn't step up enough.
I think he did it. I mean,
he did it in spurts.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel like he was consistent like every single time they needed him.
Yeah,
it was more like Paul, and other guys stepping up.
I think it was more of a mental thing.
I mean, he's still young, though.
He's young as shit, man. He is young, so
we'll see.
Keep getting on that. LeBron getting that trust in him and understand what LeBron and AD wants, and just chemistry, man. That chemistry. Once they get that chemistry and that vibe going, it's gonna be great. That's why, let's go Kuz. Hold it down, baby. But on the point guards, man, give me 5 of your top tier cream of the crop point guards right now in the NBA.
Oh man, no order. I mean, Curry, Lillard, the usual suspects. We got Larry, we got Luka, we got Irvin, that's 5 right there. Actually.
Larry, who Larry?
Kyle Larry.
Kyle Larry top 5?
Who else is gonna be top 5? We just doing point guards alone. You put the category just point guard.
You didn't even say Chris Paul. You didn't say Jamal Murray.
Murray is not.
He's better than Kyle. I take him over Kyle Lowry.
See, this is where the argument. I'm glad you brought that up. Are we going off talent, or are we going off what they doing in the league and on their basketball team, leading their team?
Okay, leadership, Kyle Lowry.
Larry, you what you talking about? He led his team to the finals the year before, and then this year, what? The Raptors didn't overachieve this year. The Raptors? What you mean?
He's not. At the end of the day, I'm taking Murray over Kyle Lowry. But leadership-wise, yes, he been in Toronto for damn near 15 years. So he better be running that damn squad.
Bro, if we going off talent alone, and we name a point guards with talent, that's going to be a whole different list. If we going off the top point guards in the league last year and the year before that, whatever you want to call it.
Kyle Lowry is not on that debate. Not on that list. You don't even go against nobody. The West, you know how many top tier point guards Jamal Murray got to go against? Name me 4 top tier on the East that Kyle Lowry got to go against every night. So
because his competition is less, we're gonna take.
Yeah, like he's balling every night and he busting their ass. So yes, and Denver is a top tier team as well.
I'm not gonna argue Kyle Lowry's in the top 5, but he's one of the top point guards. He's up there. He's up there.
He's top 10. I give him top 10, but he's not definitely. Top 5. You gave him top 5. He's not top 5.
Okay, Chris Paul is definitely top 5 then. If we're gonna go off just last couple years.
Recently, yes, I give Chris Paul top 5.
What he did with the Thunder and what he did with the Rockets,
I give Chris Paul.
People still argue today if he didn't get hurt, they were gonna beat the Warriors. So it's just the respect factor alone. What?
I agree, but he got hurt. That's the problem. He
gets hurt from time to time. Man. Anyway, let's get to the real subject because I know this is really about your boy Kyrie, man. That's what you got to pick about Kyrie.
Bro, we gotta talk about this because this is y'all just disrespecting Kyrie.
Please, your case.
Tell me what is it that you feel like Kyrie is not top 3 point guards in the NBA?
My issue is with Kyrie is everybody is ooh and ah because he can dribble so good. He got all these highlight plays. You look up, he got about 25 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and they lose, bro. They lose. So it's like
what lose? What do you mean
his
lose?
Team.
Bro, no, not his team. What do you mean? He got a winning record.
Okay. What does he
The
mean?
only time he been freaking sorry is when he played in Cleveland. Since then,
when he was with Boston, they didn't underachieve.
They made it to the playoffs. And with that
squad,
they underachieved.
They made the playoffs before he got there.
They underachieved, and they was leading the Eastern Conference. They was the number 1 team.
What they just do with Kimba?
Underachieved, same thing.
They didn't make it further though.
It was the same. They
didn't. They made it to the third round. What you talking about?
Wasn't it the same thing with the Boston?
Oh, hell no.
Boston didn't do the same thing?
With Kyrie, hell no, they didn't.
Well, it was a game.
Second round.
Second round.
What was out of that thing?
Underachieved. Both of them underachieved.
The Heat played the Celtics, and remember, they was finna go to the finals this year. The Heat beat the Bucks, and the Celtics, they played in, semifinals.
Yeah, you're right, but I feel like the coach didn't do a good job of controlling with Kyrie.
No, Kyrie didn't fit in with the Boston Celtics.
No, then Kyrie didn't want to go to Boston. They forced him in Boston,
bro.
But he made it work.
You forced yourself out of.
But Trey, you're right, and now he's at where he's at now. Let's see how he goes.
You're right. So we're gonna see this year, and he's gonna still average 25, 26 points,
and they're gonna be the lead in the conference. So you tell me the Nets are not gonna lead the conference?
Hell no.
Kevin Durant
so
is
you just
back?
gonna right off the Bucks like that?
Bro,
they just gonna come in and take over the Bucks.
Bro, if you're telling me the Nets is not gonna be the top seed in the
you not know what the Bucks record was last year? They lost like 12 games.
The Nets have
they added Drew Holiday.
They have the best player in the NBA.
We're gonna have to bet that up. We're gonna have to bet that
They
up.
have the best player in the NBA.
We're gonna have to bet that up. Mark his words. I'm not arguing Kevin Durant. I ain't saying nothing about Kevin Durant.
So what are you saying?
Kyrie Irving is the argument. We've been arguing about the same guy. I don't believe
Kyrie Irving got a ring. What do Giannis have? He doesn't have a ring.
Why Kyrie got a ring?
Because he hit the biggest shot in the NBA. What do you mean?
Nah, because he played with LeBron James.
Right.
Let's be real.
So let's say that he played with LeBron James. So he got a little. He's a LeBron protege. So anybody that got from LeBron.
He's responsible for 25%. He ain't responsible for 50-50 with LeBron. He hit one shot.
Oh, man.
How the hell they get to that point?
So you telling me Kyrie Irving only gave him 25% of
that championship? Hell yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Bro,
oh, wow. So LeBron wasn't making it to the championship before he got with Kyrie Irving? This nigga.
So tell me when he made it to the finals the year before. I love LeBron. I'm not even going to tell me when Kevin Love and Kyrie got hurt. LeBron was just there by himself, and they lost.
And he still gave Golden State hell.
He gave him Golden State hell, but who knew Golden State? We didn't know Golden State was supposed to win. We still thought LeBron was going to win.
Bro, I give Kyrie Irving credit for that shot, but how did they get to that moment? Like, LeBron has been putting in work.
What do you mean?
The whole
You right,
time.
But Kyrie was averaging 40, dropping 40. LeBron dropping 40, 30.
For the whole playoffs or that series?
That series.
That series, right.
That's when it matters. What do you mean?
Oh, my gosh. You right.
You act like, but Kyrie was the leading scorer, so what are you saying?
So my point is, anyway, what has he done since that moment? That's what I'm saying. We still living in that.
Bro, last year he just averaged 27 points. It was his career high. 27-6 before he got hurt. That was his career high game. So if we want to go on stats, if we want to look at stats, Buddy had the best season before he got hurt last year.
Did the Nets win more games or less games with Kyrie?
They still made it to the playoffs.
Right, but did they win more or less before the season?
Who knows what happened? Let's see what the ratio was when Kyrie played, the winning ratio when he played or when he was out the game.
Okay. Like you said, this year he ain't got no excuse. He got Durant.
They're gonna be top seed.
He ain't got no
bro.
excuse. Okay.
And y'all just disrespecting Kyrie.
I ain't disrespect. I just think Giannis and them are a good team.
No, they are.
That's who finished number one the last 2 years. You just gonna think that because Durant comes back, they ain't got no chemistry.
Who
you just putting them above the Bucks
because they suck. They not gonna do shit.
Oh wow!
They're not gonna,
in the regular season, they suck.
We just seeing what they did.
The record.
Who cares about the regular season? We're talking about playoffs.
Number one seed.
Huh?
You said that the Nets.
I said
number one
top seed, and then I said number 1 seed.
So are they gonna have a better record or not? Then?
They're gonna have. I'll give them a better record. I feel like the Nets gonna be the better record at the end of the day. If they don't get the better record in the regular season,
they're gonna be the second or third seed.
Okay, but
the Raptors are gonna be the second seed.
What about the playoffs? What's gonna happen?
I don't know yet. I don't think they're gonna win it.
They're gonna beat the Bucks. We know what happens with freaking.
Are they gonna beat the Heat?
That's a different story. We're not talking about we're talking about. And let's talk about Heat. I feel like the Heat can be the top seed.
You right. Shoot.
Not the Bucks, man. We're not on the Bucks. They dead. We already know what guys
added Drew Holiday. What you mean?
Up, man. That ain't nothing.
That's a big upgrade. That's Bledsoe.
On defense. It's like
not on offense with Drew Holiday?
Nah, maybe baby.
But Bledsoe can't even shoot, bro. What you mean?
I mean, baby. Drew. Only thing about Drew Holiday, he can create a shot, but. I feel like
he's a defender. He's a
defender,
shot maker.
He's a shot maker.
Playmaker. He's all that.
That's it. But I feel like what we need,
they need that on the Bucks because their second best player is Middleton, and he cannot always create a shot.
Drew Holiday is just an upgrade over Bledsoe.
Way more.
It's not gonna help, man. That ain't gonna help. I guarantee that's not good enough.
All right, we're gonna see.
We already know what we're getting out of Drew.
Y'all heard it here first, y'all. He said the Nets is gonna have a better record than the Bucks. We're gonna revisit this conversation.
All right, let's make this clear. Let's make this clear. At the end of the day, I don't care about preseason. I mean regular season. Okay, the Bucks might have a better record in the regular season, but I'm talking about advancing more in the playoffs.
I'll give you that. But I'm gonna tell you this: the Nets in their first year with Durant and Irving together, I don't see them making it to the NBA Finals.
I mean, if they don't.
I say third round. It's a lot of competition. The East ain't no push
I feel like
Boston getting better. The Heat's coming back better. Them young guys, they both young. They gonna come back better. And then the Bucks, who you disrespecting. But all three of them teams are quality teams who can give the Nets problems.
So you tell me I don't have no reason to disrespect the Bucks?
In the playoffs you do, but regular season.
Who cares about regular? No one care about. I don't care about no goddamn regular season.
We're gonna see. Maybe Giannis figured it out. You know, I saw this.
He need a jumper.
I saw this stat the other day. It said in this year that Giannis is in. This is the same year LeBron James still hadn't won a championship. So before you start talking bad about Giannis Antetokounmpo, just know that he's in year number 7. Right. And at this time in LeBron's career, he ain't won no championship either. So maybe he figured it out this year.
He can't shoot the ball.
Chance, man.
He's not even at the end of the day.
So he don't get better every
season? Giannis is a role player, and he's a role player, and he's a second man. He's a second go-to guy. So Drew Holiday, if he can be that number one guy, then maybe he can win. Man. But you're not gonna win with Greek Freak being your number one guy. I don't care what you say.
I think they got close.
He's not gonna win being your number one guy. You should have just came to LA and be the third.
Nah, that's too easy. We don't do that around here. We built different.
Good job.
Lillard and Giannis built a little different. They don't want to join.
No chips. No chips.
We're gonna see. Time will tell, man.
I give Dame a better chance of winning before Greek.
Hey, I respect Dame, man. Dame Dollar.
And this the crazy part.
Dame Dollar.
Hey, the crazy part about it is the East is getting harder because everybody's scared of the Lakers and running to the East.
It is. Westbrook just joined the East.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Greek Freak.
Yeah.
Come on. He's just like a bigger Westbrook with that. You can't shoot.
I mean, we
know how to key in.
It's not just the Bucks, it's the Heat, it's the Raptors. I'm saying the whole East. I'm just saying, even if they beat the Greek Freak in them, I'm just saying every round it's not gonna be just no cupcake.
And I'm gonna hit you with this. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna kill you with this one right here. The Raptors are like a East of the Spurs, San Antonio Spurs.
I agree, but they overachieve every time. Every time you write them off, like what's the little light skin? Van Fleet, you would never even expect this guy here to just go off for 25. I'm talking about averaging that for a series. Like, you don't even see that coming. Then Siakam, like, they got some of these no-name guys who just overachieve each year.
And I feel like this year, since the East is getting
they took the Celtics to Game 7.
The East is getting deeper, and I feel like the Raptors, they do it great in the regular season. They just gonna get that seed like always and just go hard in the playoffs.
1 or 2 every time.
But I want to see the Hornets, man. I don't know, but I'm not even gonna lie. This is the first time I actually been happy for Jordan. I'm happy for the Hornets because I like to see Lamar. I love LaMelo Ball. I love LaMelo Ball game. I love his game. I watched him play yesterday. I mean the preseason, and it's just so smooth. He's way ahead of his brother.
What you think about his scoring? Yeah, he's way ahead of his brother.
I don't need him to score right now.
Right.
I'm fine with him not scoring.
Time.
Yeah, let's just let that. We don't know, you know what I'm saying? But how he played, like, how he sees the game, how his defense, like, bro, he's just like reading, bro. When I was watching him, just switching and reading the coverage on defense and calling out, mans and screens and switches out there on defense. I was like, damn, he looked pretty fluent out there, and he could just tell that he been playing with men already.
Playing with men.
And it's just like, good job, LaMelo. Like, I'm impressed. Like, even though, his scoring ain't all the way there, but, you know what I'm saying, it'll take some time.
Right.
It's just, being fluent. But, man, I've been loving that. I've been loving this game. But back to what I was saying on this Kyrie, like, y'all are going to quit hating on Kyrie. Even though I don't even like Kyrie.
It's a big year for Kyrie.
He disrespected
It's
King,
a big year.
And he sneak dissing.
A lot of that going on. So he got some big shoes to fill because he talks a lot of noise. He got to back it up, man. And I like Kyrie, too. I like his game. I'm just saying, man, some of the shots he taking at LeBron, I just feel like it's unnecessary. Like, you got to, the same way Kyrie say put some respect on his name for that shot and all that, he got to respect LeBron, bro. Come on now. You got to respect LeBron. Like, you was a young pup. LeBron gave you the keys.
Gave you, like that S on your chest, like that confidence.
But people get that confused and think LeBron can't do it himself. Don't get it twisted. LeBron, if he want to take that shot, he can. He's trying. One thing I say about LeBron is, like, on day one, he knows the confidence he has to put in you to get you, you know what I'm saying, to where you need to be at that point, where he can drop you the dime to hit that shot. He's building you up the whole time, man. But if LeBron needed to, don't get it twisted, man. LeBron can go to the hole and do some stuff, man.
Even though Michael Jordan and Kobe, everyone will say they're more of a clutch shooter, or like a game winner, or buzzer beater who you go to, but percentage-wise, LeBron has the highest, like, game winner percentage-wise.
I believe it.
But,
he's efficient.
Yeah, he is, but I still, like, I don't know. We'll get there. We'll talk about more about, that clutch gene. I mean, I just feel like it's more of a killer mentality that Jordan, Kobe had, that LeBron doesn't have, because he's more passive and more of a team and more friendly and, just not more of a selfish type guy. That killer mentality that he don't have. That's the reason why. But he's like, I don't know, but the way he's doing it is different, and I enjoy it. I love it, and it's changing the game. And it's changing the game big time. Cause like you were saying, we was had a debate about the Kyrie and all that, about the one-on-ones, about how Michael Jordan will probably beat anyone on one-on-one back in the days. Like, you can do that one-on-one game back in the days. But nowadays, that one-on-one, you can't, it's nothing. Like, you can't get away with just playing one-on-one. And I get what you're saying about how Kyrie is only a good one-on-one player about his stats. But it's like, man, he also know how to get a win. It's like, if that game's close, who do I want the ball in hand for? Like, Kyrie is the guy that can give, steal and win the game. But also, he's a freaking nut. He's a freaking, all the great ones are nutheads. And Kyrie is kind of crazy, thinks the world's flat and all this other stuff.
Well, said he wasn't talking to the media.
Yeah, he called them, what he called them? Pawns. Yeah, I ain't talking these pawns. But, hey, like I said, his game is talking. Like, every time, like, his game always talk to me.
I'm happy he's finally on the team that he feels like he has no excuses and he should be able to go back to the finals. But, like I said, since he left LeBron, it's been a spotlight on him, and I want to see it because now it's really bright. So I'll give him a pass. The last couple of years, we say he was injured. I'll give him that. But now, like you said, it's time.
It's time. Let's
get that ranking back. Because back in the day when you was going against Steph Curry, they was comparing you. Oh, him and Curry is 1 and 2. Kyrie might be. Now they ain't saying that no more. Ain't nobody saying even.
The game is so good. Jamal Murray is so good.
Irvin needs to reclaim his spot, like I said. There's a lot of contenders up there.
He's right, and I feel like him and his best friend,
the
Durant.
And they got,
the LeBron haters. Yeah. Let's see. We want to see y'all in the finals.
That's a good way to look at it. That's team
are.
LeBron hater. I didn't think about that. Durant
know.
and Irvin. I didn't think about that. They
know.
both want to go for LeBron so bad. You know they up at night having discussions about it.
Come on, bro. They do a whole podcast while LeBron in the finals, low key throwing shots. Like, come on, bro. Man. You could have saved that energy. But we see where it is.
Yeah.
But you know,
I can't wait today.
I can't either. But your boy, man, let's drive down 2 hours from here and let's hit the H-Town, man. What's up with James Harden?
You mean Chubby Man?
Man. That's that buddy worth about $450, man.
They was interviewing him after the preseason game, and they asked him, they was like, what were you doing during that time away from the Rockets, because he's like, yeah, I was, doing my personal trainer. I said, boy, you went with your personal trainer.
Yeah.
They was like, yeah, how are you with your personal trainer? You were in Atlanta City. Did we saw you in Vegas? He's like, yeah, my personal trainer go everywhere with me. Boy,
he
cut
was
it
baby
out.
stunned.
Boy, you was in them strip clubs and eating hot wings and everything else, man.
Houston, bro, what are y'all doing? Get rid of this man. What are y'all are just wasting, man. Like,
unfortunately,
just build with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins, man.
This might get
blow it up. It is. Like, he didn't even look in sync when he played in the preseason. Just out of shape, doing this little weak ass 1-on-1. It was like 3 for 12. Like,
we gotta give him a little bit of time because this is the fastest NBA restart they ever had. So
it is.
They used to have their little vacation time.
So he's probably gonna get in shape to playing during the season.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Hopefully he don't get hurt.
But Harden, what I like about him is his durability. He never gets hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Since he came in out of shape a little bit, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully,
he got that body frame that it's like he's not gonna get hurt because he's already kind of chubby, swole. So it's just like
I can't believe he that chubby.
Yeah, but I feel like he's just a couple of 20 hamburgers up. A few practice here and there, a few games, about a month, and now he'll probably slim down. I say that just because.
I just hope he play hard, man, because they got a first-year coach. He didn't do anything wrong. He don't deserve that. I know you trying to get out of there, but you under contract for 2 years. You getting paid $40-some million a season. Like, come on, bro. Be professional about it.
Yeah.
That's not gonna help you get traded doing it that way. Ain't no other GMs. If I was looking at him, like, why would I want to take on this contract? If he get mad at me, he might just go. But the rumor is in Houston, they shot their own self in the foot because they said they told Harden he could do no wrong. They was letting him do what he want to do all the time, and now it's backfiring.
That's what they saying. They saying he was late to practice, going to strip
going
clubs,
on trips,
not even going to calling practice off. And then it's like, the media, the Houston commentary talking about he looked slim during the first game. It was like, what slim did he look like? Buddy looking like Rick Ross out there. Big as shit.
Man, I just hope he get it together, and I hope it works out for both parties. Man, but I definitely see him getting traded, just not right now. It's gonna take a little while.
It is, man. I just, get rid of that guy, man. I know he's trying to work his way to trying to play with the Nets with KD and
I don't see how that would work. People say that'll be
Kyrie.
A good matchup. One of them would have to change their whole game. It's only one basketball.
It is. I think Harden's going to have to change his game.
Have to.
You're going to try to fit in. You're not going to
have to.
It is.
You're going to get the least amount of touches out of Durant and Irvin. I hope you're okay with that.
It is. All right. Let's switch gears a little bit kind of to the media side of the sports world. Quick question I have to ask you. So in order to get respect for our culture, do you feel like you gotta have a black chick on your side? Do you feel that? How do you feel about that? What's your intake? Give me your intake on that.
I think when you're talking about the culture, first of all,
to get respect, do you feel like, what I'm saying, to get respect
from others
for the culture? Do you feel like if you trying to, own the media, on the scene, and you talking about, trying to run group for the culture, and you got a Mexican, a Latino, or not a black chick on your side?
I get what you're saying, but I feel like when you're talking about, for the culture means that individual, representing where they're from.
Yeah.
Or, where they came up or their upbringing. Yeah. As long as you're staying true to that, I don't think it matters, who you marry or who you with or who you date. Yeah. Now, if you get up there and you acting differently, you never acknowledge where you from, you talking different, your opinions are different than what you talking about when you with your friends off camera type stuff, then I feel like you're not representing, the culture. But I think just looking on the outside of things, it's easy to just say, oh, he with a white woman or a Mexican, he a sellout, or he got the money, now he changed. Yeah. Well, I mean, where me and you come from, we see blacks and whites date all the time. The Mexicans and blacks. Right, best friends.
It don't color. Color don't matter with it.
That's my point. There's no color. So I see that sometimes, but I'm careful to judge until I actually hear them say something or see them donating where they donate their money. Like those type of things are what I try to judge them on. And for a while, I know me and you had the debate over Jordan. Like we was like, man, Jordan ain't doing nothing as far as with his money. You know, he just kind of sitting back, and some people even called him a sellout because he said, white folks buy sneakers too. That type of stance. So you just got to be careful with, the things you say because you don't want to be a misrepresentation of, what you're trying to accomplish. Because I don't think Jordan really meant it that way. But at the same time, he meant it. Like, everybody buys sneakers. Shoes, but he still should have,
said something that had our back.
Right. If you're going to say that, then backdoor say, hey, but I'm still going to donate some money to the... I feel like he wasn't picking sides. He kind of stayed in the middle part. Yeah. And we talk about LeBron James. I think he represents for the culture, goes all the way, If something's happening in the community, something's happening in Cleveland, something's happening in New York. If it's something about black folks, I will say it about LeBron James. Yeah. He is not shy.
He is.
He is not shy.
He stands up big time. And the reason why I asked you that, especially to get back on the topic, get back on the media side, is Jason Whitlock. I don't know if you heard, but he's on Fox Sports, and he got fired, and I forgot what talk show he was on. But he was calling out Shannon Sharpe and Jalen Rose. Apparently, it's a rumor that back in the days when Shannon Sharpe was in college or in the NFL, in his prime years, that he used to always go around telling a joke of like the only reason you'll see a black chick wrapped around my arm is for the police or something like that. And it was a joke, apparently, he was saying. And Jason Whitlock felt like, how you going to... So if you was talking like that, we know what type of girls you prefer, which is he feel like that Shannon Sharpe doesn't prefer black women.
Right.
But he feel like Shannon Sharpe is always on national TV, going for the culture, represent for the culture. Mm-hmm. And, Jason Whitlock feel like he's selling out, Jalen Rose is selling out because he's married to Molly and all that. And I just wanted, what's your intake on that? How you feel about, how with Jason Whitlock coming at? Do you think he's wrong for that? You feel like he got a reason?
Again, I think we have to be careful when we talk about the culture and who you're married to or who your girlfriend is or who the people you date. Because one thing about Jalen Rose, I listen to him a lot too. He's always talking about Detroit. Yeah. He's always talking about where he's from. Yeah. He's always talking about the Fab Five. Yeah. So like I said, as long as you're being true to your upbringing and where you came from, and since we're talking about, black commentators, blacks, Detroit being deeply rooted with the blacks, like Jalen Rose is connected there. He has an academy there. He opened up a school. Like, long as you're doing stuff like that, I can't look at who you're married to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or even a statement on TV, because who knows? Maybe you're saying that for ratings, or maybe you're saying it, like, you just never know. What are you doing in your community. What are you doing outside of that? And I think Jalen Rose and Shannon Sharpe, I think they're constantly,
I just feel like Jason Whitlock just a fat ass hater. Like, come on, bro.
And say it for what it is.
Like, really? Like, you just saying he's just a LeBron hater. It's like anybody that's for the people, he just always trying to somehow call him out for it. It's like, bro, we already know how you is. Kobe passed away, you slander his name, all this, when he was balling, calling him a rapist and all this. And then when he passed away, you just want to give us condolences and just, all this. Like, come on. And then, man, like, get out of here.
Yeah, searching, looking for headlines.
It's just a joke, man. So, yeah, that's crazy, man. I hope Shannon Sharpe, like, say something or, speak up on that because, man, this guy's like, Jason Witten is just horrible. Like, man, get back, man. Like, nobody's worried about that. Like, you really like pushing the field goal post like farther back. Like, come on, man. Like, as long as, like you said, as long as they stand true to your people, who cares what family you have, man?
Right.
Like, you're bringing that back. Like, so if I want to date me a white chick and she comes in my home and she wants to live my black culture, you know what I'm saying? Or Latino, any other race, like, hey, but I'll still, live my roots. It was still, you know what I'm saying? Like, so what? Like, I want to, open. I just feel like it's more like when black people have, mixed babies or stuff like this, more of our spreading our culture. Like, it's just united and it grows, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you come in my household, we're going to go by this culture, we're going to live by this culture, and that's what you like. That's what you like. Same thing as, with a white person. If I'm white and you want to go, live this white culture, and what we call that, black people live in a white culture, we call them coons, Uncle Tom, I mean, whatever you want to call them, and it's like, we can't see it as that, you know what I'm saying? Like, let that man be what he want to be. Like, just same thing with the whole, the LBG, community. The same thing about that. Like, let that person, like, want it. That's what we gotta understand today in the real world, man. It's like whatever that person love, whatever you like, let them love and like. We can't just, point out and look at that person and say, you're wrong. You're supposed to be this way. You're supposed to do it this way. You know what I'm saying? And I was childish as a kid, growing up and seeing it. But, once you get older and realize that you can't control what another person thinks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If that person want to go that way, let that person go that way. If you get knocked upside his head and something happen, hey, that's what happened. Hey, he gonna learn. So I just feel like that's just bull crap. Jason Whitlock to just call, Shannon Sharpe and Jalen Rose out, call him a sellout because talking about they're not dating there. You know what I'm saying? That's just bull crap. Even though LeBron, even though LeBron got some, gosh, I don't know. I'm not even going to bring up LeBron. But yeah, let's just say that. Let's just say, whatever it is, like my household, if I want to bring in whoever want to come in here and live this culture, anyone deserves to live this culture. We just can't just downplay people.
I think you can still live, another person's culture and still keep your own, true identity
your
without
own
changing.
Self, right?
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely everything. So like I said, it's real easy to look on the outside looking in and just be like, oh, this person changed. You know how people, when you get money and they quick to say, oh, you changed you sold out when they don't know behind closed doors because maybe you aren't bragging or talking about some of the other things you're doing to help people like yourself who were once in that position that were poor or whatever get ahead. Like, if you're doing stuff like that, then, like I said, my respect for you and the culture. You're helping your culture get ahead. You're helping give back to, your culture. And you're representing for your culture because you're on TV. You're talking, when they see you, you're giving them hope. When you go back to your community, see that it always was cool to me when I saw someone I thought was a celebrity and I could reach out and touch them. Yeah. It's one thing to see them on TV. It's another thing to see them walking around in your community. So if you going back to your community, you walking around or going back to your old school or just in that neighborhood, maybe just go to a park, you see some kids, anything. If you doing stuff like that, then like I said, I got a lot of respect for people. Me too, I do. Like that, them type of stories, because you just don't know the hope you giving for that little kid. Like just seeing you might... I know, me personally, I go outside and work harder for the next 10 days. I done seen my celebrity. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of motivation.
That is, and that keeps the people going. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So that's my opinion. Culture type stuff.
It is. It keeps the people going. It gets them focused. It
If
motivates them.
Now, if you get rich and you take your money and you helping other communities and you ain't never gave, okay, so then you change it and
and this is another thing though, because people get a lot confused. It's like you get that money and you try to look out for your family, but they done slapped you across the head a couple times, and then you like forget y'all. I done burnt my bridges with y'all. Now I'm worried about my other thing, and now your family looking at you talking about you sell out. It's like, what you mean to sell out? I tried to help you.
I always told myself, I was like, man, if I ever get rich or I get the lotto, I'm going to give all my family members a certain amount of money, and I'm not giving them no more money. That way they can't say I didn't help them. I don't care if it's $5,000, $10,000. Look, I gave everybody this amount of money. Now, I did my part. Now, it's not a handout. You know what I'm saying?
But do you think that's like a smart thing to do? Like, to just give them money? Because I feel like if I mean, not to say it, not, kid, if I had like, let's say if I had $2 million and I gave you $500,000, I gave you $2,500. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And you're gonna, get a different, your life, your taste buds gonna change. Your life is gonna change. Your expense, your expensive taste. You know what I'm saying? That shit's real. So you think you're gonna save up that money? You're gonna try to invest? I feel like it's best to like set them up as like a business. You know what I'm saying? Set them up as a business, or have them go to business classes. Get them going on that instead of just giving them a lump sum of money. Because we give them a lump sum of money, we kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. Like if somebody just gave me a lump sum of money, hopefully I'm gonna try to go to the right person. Like if they gave me a shitload of money, what do I need? You know what I'm saying? Try to find somebody to help me to get where I need to go with it.
Right.
Instead of making dumb decisions. But I feel like us, being, having low income, but having a shitload of money and then trying to give it to people that never had money, it's just shooting our own self in the foot. It's like, I'm giving you $10,000, $500,000. You ain't never seen that before. And what you gonna do?
I just
mess it up.
I completely agree with you on that. I just feel like they always gonna be asking. I mean, once you get to that status of like Jalen Rose and some of them guys that are making millions of dollars, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
So you pick and choose what you want to do with your money. As long as you're doing something with it, I just use my family members as a example. But as long as you're doing something with your money to give back to your community, however you want to do it, like I said, set up a business, however you want to do it, giving back to the poor, or you want to give it to a foundation, however you want to do it. I'm not gonna judge you on that. But if you're doing something to put their money back into the community, to represent, to help that culture build, and you representing and telling your story, then like I said, I got all the mad respect for you. Like I said, now, if you marry outside of your race, or even not even outside of your race, just get paid and forget about where you come from or your culture, then I think that's different. And what I mean forget about is you never talk about it. Mm-hmm. You never bring up those hard times when you was poor. You just make it seem like you always been. That's what I mean by you not representing for the culture. Yeah. Because some little kid, some little boy, some little girl needs to hear, hey, I made it. And there was mornings I woke up and I didn't know what I was going to eat. And now my refrigerator full with, you know what I'm saying? People need to hear that from zero to hero type of story.
That's why I totally respect. That's why LeBron James is my guy, because his story, childhood is just amazing. It's like, bro, like
single mom,
living house to house. You know what I'm saying? Really in there, like out there. You know what I'm saying? And you thinking on the go, and your mind's frame, it's like, damn, like
from a young age.
Yeah, you can kind of tell, like, you can tell he been through all that, because it's like so much pressure.
Do you think that prepared him for today now? That's why he's able to handle some of the pressures?
Something had to, bro. Like, bro, his mind, bro, it's different. Like,
I agree.
It's like, I feel like when he was young, like when he was like 5 or 6, he was already like 12 or 10, like mind frame. Yeah. Like, when I go back and listen to him in interviews when he was like 17, 18 years old, it's like, this 16 years old, when he was in like high school, I'm like, this guy's already talking like he's a vet in the NBA. It's like, God,
he already had the body. So
So, I mean, I just, I praise like his storyline, especially single mom, same here, but just what he went through is just, it amazed me. Man, oh man, the NFL, man, it's just, man, I ain't been this like less like interest in the NFL, and I don't know how long, bro.
We all know why he's saying that, right?
No, not even that. The Cowboys always suck. So I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm saying just like it's a down season, man. It's like so many.
What
like,
are you trying to say? Because of the COVID
injuries, injuries. It's just a lot of people getting hurt. The COVID, like just injuries, man, like that. And I just feel like it was a down year in the fantasy world too. So it kind of like maybe in my fantasy world, maybe that's why I'm probably feeling like a little down. But overall, I just feel like it's just too many football games. And I don't know. I just feel like this year is just because the pandemic is going. I just feel like it's just hasn't been the best football. I feel like it's been a lot of sloppy football playing out there as well.
Well, it's definitely been a weird year with the COVID, with all the people out and in and out and maybe playing. But there's been some bright spots. Like I said, I feel like this has been a good quarterback year. Some of the top guys are really duking it out. We're seeing a lot of touchdowns being thrown, and usually people like offense. So as weird as it's been, I know some of the big name guys have been out and been injured, or been on the COVID-19 list. I still commend the NFL for getting through the season, because I didn't even think they would make it through the season. I thought the season would be paused, or they had to make a bubble eventually. So, kudos to them to find a way to have games every week. And
it's that. Even the college football this year, it's man. Like, oh my God.
College is out of there.
Alabama's an easy, win. Alabama and Clemson, it's just.
Ohio State's only played 5 or 6 games.
I just hope it gets better, man. And then, I just hope it gets better, especially the football. But, man, I want to talk to you about fantasy letdowns, man. Like, who is your top players this year on fantasy you feel like that was a top-tier player and let you down?
I think you have to say some of the guys that were drafted in that first round. I know in some drafts, some people pick, McCaffrey, with the first pick. So if you had McCaffrey with your first pick and, he's been injured and, the whole season pretty much, imagine taking your first pick off of your team. Yeah. It's going to be tough to win.
I made it
and for some people, he was the number 1 pick of the first round, or number 2.
Bad, man.
So if I had to do it in order, he would be number 1. And then maybe I'd say Ezekiel Elliott, a couple other guys. Yeah. And really
Saquon Barkley is out too.
Right, another injury. But really, Elliott, just because what you expect from him. Yeah. He ain't had a horrible season, but it's just in fantasy where it's like, this is not nothing.
It's Pee-wee, yep.
Very.
What are you doing? You got a little second string stats,
you would have drafted him in the 4th round.
The only thing I can say is that Joker been healthy. That goddamn Joker been healthy.
Yeah, so it's definitely been a down fantasy year. Some of the, like I said, the top quarterbacks like Rodgers and Mahomes have been doing good, but it's been very weird. It's been very weird.
My letdowns, like you said, you already gave one with Zeke, which I feel like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Zeke had a letdown year. Julio Jones had a letdown year. I don't know what the hell was
Julio.
It was just like, come on, Julio, what are you doing? Like, step it up.
Dak.
Dak. The injury kind of messed him up.
The injury list.
It's like you said, all the top tier running backs, man. Saquon, it's just God. But Derrick Henry is still just healthy.
Man,
just healthy.
Talk about a bully out there.
Just killing it.
He's up for MVP candidate this year.
Yeah, he is. I honestly, speaking of MVP, I honestly feel like your boy might get up there, but. Aaron Rodgers.
Go ahead and say it.
Aaron. The schedule, man.
Hey, man.
Pity pat.
Hey, he got a couple more games. But if he finished with the high, he just passed Mahomes, because Mahomes had a bad game. He threw 3 interceptions.
But no.
He did against Miami. Mahomes did.
3 interceptions. That's finished the rest of the snaps. Just because he threw 3 interceptions, that don't mean he had a
bad game. They still won. Okay.
They won. Listen.
They did. Bad game.
He threw 4 touchdowns.
According to his standards.
3 interceptions and 400 yards.
Right. But he only had 1 interception before that game, so that just was not used to him
Yeah,
throwing
you're right.
picks.
I get what you're
He's
saying.
really safe with the ball. But you're right. It's still not a bad game, though.
Yeah.
And they did win. But Rodgers passed him for the highest, QB rating. So I think if he finishes like that, I think you got to give him a boy MVP.
God, they're not playing.
And they might be a number 1 seed.
They're not playing nobody, man. Nobody. They got a bunch of scrubs they playing. A bunch of injury prone. They getting everybody on they short stick. They play 49ers, and 49ers had like 20 players that was inactive. It was like, come on.
It's about, in this COVID season, we've learned it's definitely about being healthy and who's the deepest squad. Because if you ain't got a good backup running back or quarterback or backup DBs, you out of there, because it's going to be a game where, you have people out. So
I hope the playoff, they should have added more teams in the playoff, because this NFL season just kind of flew by.
They don't need to add more teams to the playoffs. We already got the NFC to go have a 4-7 losing record make the playoffs. So
I think they should
only take the top.
They should
team
veto that.
Yeah.
Come on, front office.
Losing record?
Yeah, let's get those guys out of there. We don't want nobody from the East to get an easy win, because we know they're not gonna do nothing.
But if Jalen Hurts makes it to the playoffs, what do you think about that?
It's not gonna work. They're gonna have film on them.
Well, actually, Washington is out of Washington and Philly right
now.
now.
Speaking of Jalen Hurts, man, what do you think about Carson Wentz, bum ass? He got a spot taken.
Carson.
Yeah.
Man, Jalen Hurts, I just feel like Carson Wentz was playing so bad.
So bad.
You had to take him.
Yeah, talking about he ain't got no receivers. Yeah, I just feel Jalen Hurts, that style, just because he's playing right now, I just feel like by the time in the playoffs, they might can rile up and get Roddy and do something, but I doubt it, man. It just,
you don't see that working.
Nah, they're going to have film on them, and, but only thing I can honestly say, what I say, black quarterbacks, they always start off good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they always have a good year or a good game, because the team doesn't have any, film on him to scout him. Like, they don't know what he's good at. That's probably what happened with. That's why the Saints probably lost, because they was studying film on Wentz the whole time, and then they threw Jalen Hurts out there, and they was like, "Oh shit, what the hell? We haven't seen this before."
Right.
Hey, coach, what these plays you doing? We this ain't working, because they was probably prepared for Wentz.
Makes sense.
But I just feel like Jalen Hurts is gonna come to an end.
I am happy to see Jalen Hurts.
Me too. I am too. I am too. He's a one read guy, and after that one read, it's not there. He just tucks the ball and goes.
Run.
Yeah, so that's not.
He had 18 rushes.
But they did ball out. But yeah, I just feel like that, man. Make sure y'all hit the smash like, man. Hit that subscribe to the Tweezy Talk channel, man. Hit the smash like and subscribe, because we keep coming with these contents and continue on this journey. And that'll be it for today. Appreciate y'all coming to Tweezy Talk. We keep killing it. Y'all tell me what y'all like. Like I said, hit that smash like, subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep it rolling, man. Appreciate you, Mike, man. You always come through.
I'm finally great. Finally got some food on my plate. Finally got some food on my... I don't break hearts, I break records. Never take a loss, stick and move like Mayweather. My leather so soft, used to watch that Wayne video. Late night, swear I talk that game like Arsenio. In deep thoughts, I'm thinking back them accurate days. I used to pay, they hit the stage, making minimum wage. They used to tell me I was next up, but I swear this line getting longer. Certain people used to test my hunger, but I am the greatest in my era. They treat me just like the pharaoh. I'm only number 2 to the person that's in the mirror. I'm a miracle, spit a 16 like I'm spiritual. Chopper make a group break fast, no cereal. It's scary when they hating from the sideline. I'm Nick Saban to the game, I just roll tide. But I'm wide awake, seeing things in living color. Young Stevie Wonder, see it like no other.